Welcome to session 77. I've been pumpfoiling with a friend who has the same front wing, the Sirus XXL, but he has the Alu Mast and also different stab. So we wanted to compare the mast, the high modulus carbon versus the Alu. How stiff are they, and do you really need it to pump the Sirus XXL? Unfortunately, the weather will play quite a decisive part in this pump session. In the beginning it wasn't too bad, the water got a bit calmer, but it wasn't really quiet, and pumping was nice. So the question for this session was, do you really need to buy the Carbon High Modulus? Gong says that it's important, or could you also pump with the Alu Mast and wouldn't really feel the difference? Then we found out something makes a great difference, and that is how you start. I use a guided kind of jump start with my hands. I didn't learn it that way, but after 1 or 2 years some people commented that on YouTube I should change that to a guided version, and my friend wasn't used to that, and that's why he had problems starting it, because the dog is swimming and there were like a little bit of waves and later much more, and then it makes a difference how you start, because when the platform is moving too much the start gets really difficult. For curiosity, we wanted to see how much the weight difference is. The Sirus XXL weighs about 2.6 kilogram, which is I guess not too bad. Then you have the Alu Mast, which is around 3 kilos. And then I was surprised the high modulus carbon is not that lighter, only 200 grams, not that much. And then we also have 2 different boards. He built this board himself, which is much lighter than the Indiana. So the different board also makes quite a difference for pumping. Then the most noticeable thing is the mast plate. In the high modulus it's one with the mast, which is very good. In the Alu version it's 2 separate things, so you always have some flexibility between them, which is a bit annoying. Maybe you're asking yourself, why is the weight difference not so much? It's because the profile of the high modulus is a bit bigger. It's 1.9 millimeters, whereas the Alu version is only 1.6. I think that's because Gong wanted to make a mast that suits the big front wings of 186 and 156 centimeters, and that's why they made the profile a bit thicker, and that's why the weight is not so much lighter. As you can see, the wind picked up and made it a bit more difficult to start from the dock and made the lake a bit more unstable. And also a funny thing, this guy came, he looked like somebody working from the village, but he just checked the water depth to see how deep it is, saying nothing. He didn't say a word to us, and then he came and jumped into the water, but if you jump like that you don't really need to check the depth. Since the wind picked up and the waves got a bit bigger, it's really difficult to tell the exact difference between the Alu Mast and the high modulus, but I think that it's a bit less stable. If you have the Alu Mast you feel a bit more like flexibility on pumping, but I guess you get used to it, and the difference is not too bad, at least in this kind of shaky conditions, which made it fun sometimes to go downwind, but sometimes it would be very difficult to hold the exact height, especially if you go like sideways to the waves. Going downwind wasn't too bad, but it was difficult to time and manage the speed very well. Then what concerns the stabilizers, I'm using the H47, which is quite a big stabilizer, and my friend has the smaller stabilizers, and I guess the difference is that you can pump a bit faster, you're a bit more flexible, but in the shaky conditions that's already a bit too flexible concerning the height. So a bigger stabilizer in those kind of conditions is, I would say, more helpful. And then the Sirus, even though it's very big, it pumps very fast, so I don't have the need to have a shorter or smaller stab, but maybe that changes in the future. So summing it up, due to the shaky or difficult water condition, we will have to repeat the test, I guess, with the 2 different masts and also the different stabilizers to really know how much difference it makes and how much needed it is. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you liked it. In the future we will do much more. If you have any questions, if you want to comment anything, maybe you know more than me, feel free to write. Thank you very much for all your thoughts. It helps me to improve my skills. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking. Have a great day, and may the foil be with you.